bad gal drip. Bad gal drip. She got that bad gal drip.
Hey y'all, it's Demi Wigs back again with another video. In this video, it will be basically 3 parts, and in the first part, I'm going to be lightening the bundle of my hair by using baking soda and dishwashing liquid and hot water. This bundle was placed at the back of my head because compared to the other 3 bundles that I used the watercolor method on them. In this bundle, I actually dyed it with Adore ginger dye and cognac. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I'm trying to get it as light as possible, like light all the way down to like blonde or maybe like a lighter orange. Yeah, the water is hot, so I don't know what I was doing, so please don't try that at home if you're really sure like you can withstand the heat. Now I will be using Off Black Adore hair dye. The closure, I had used the baking soda method to lighten my closure just a little bit, and I put it against my own hair to show the difference. Now all you do is pour the dye in, you mix it around. Fun fact, my sister actually only bought Off Black because there was no Jet Black. Jet Black hair dye would have been so much better to use, but unfortunately she only had the Off Black. So that is why I'm using Off Black Adore hair dye. When doing the watercolor method, if you put less water and more dye, it will become darker. Rather than putting more water and less dye, it becomes a lighter colored hair. I don't put the entire dye inside the water. I just put half a bottle, and then I dye the hair again. I put an Off Black back inside. I had a little bit of Jet Black, so I put it in also. That was the only 1 bottle of Jet Black I had, but I put the Off Black and the Jet Black together, and then I put the hair back in one more time. Now, this is how the hair looked after everything has been done. The color took well to the bundles. This one, I kind of ran out of dye along the way. That's why you kind of see a little tint of brown in it. The wig cap that I will be using is a doe mesh cap that I got on Amazon. This is also a needle / T-pin unit that I also got on Amazon. I use a block of thread that I bought from the beauty supply store. And this is my dome head that I also got on Amazon, 22 inches. Now the mesh cap, you see there's a back and there's a front. That part where it's comes in like a triangle is what I'll be using at the back. The front part, which is much more straight, is what goes to the front. I start by taking my T-pins and laying my closure flat on the dome head. After doing that, I brush it out, and then I would start to braid the closure just to get all the hair out of my way. To sew my closure in, I always like to push the needle through the spandex and then wrap it around and go again. You see the dark areas, the darker area of the cap? That's the spandex portion, and that's where I really insist on like pushing the needle through there, because then you're gonna have to cut the hair at the end, and you don't want to cut it off and then the closure falls off because it wasn't in place enough. Now right here is where I've finished sewing in the closure, and I just like to backtrack. And when backtracking, I don't go through the spandex anymore. I go like in between it. I don't push my needle all the way in. I push it through the spandex just a little bit and keep going backwards. Because with me, like I've noticed, like when I've done that, like my closure area of my wig is really tight on my head, and it just really hurts a lot. So that's why when you backtrack, you should always don't go through the spandex again. Just go halfway in. T-pins are actually really great when making a wig. I really insist on, like, if you make wigs or if you're a beginner trying to make wigs, T-pins actually really help straighten out how you want to sew your hair, and it will really help you. I don't know if you guys saw in the video, but when I first sew in my hair, I like to take the needle and push it through the weft, and then when I go through it again, I go underneath the weft. I push through and then I go underneath, and that's when I start to continue sewing underneath. Pushing through the weft just brings more security, and I really love my wigs being very secured. When you're coming towards the end of sewing, I normally like to just finish off with single tracking. No more double tracking on the wefts. By single tracking, you make your hair less bumpy. Yeah. Oh, fun fact, when I first started doing my wigs, I would always double track my wigs all the way up to the end. And then it was my mother who actually helped me, and she told me, oh, it's not supposed to be like that, because my mom, she went to cosmetology school, and she knows what she's talking about. And it's like, when she told me it's not supposed to be like that, that's why my wig kind of looks bumpy at the top. It made me realize that, oh yeah, maybe I should start single tracking as I get to the end.
got that bad gal drip. Chocolate, she a diamond, she thick. Fall in love when she do them.